So this is our dinner for August the 8th, 2018 at 10:34 in the morning. I got some kale pulp on me. I'm going to drink that back before I get... See, I wanted to start talking about that because I wanted to avoid drinking the kale juice. But, I will say something. I used both dinosaur kale and the curly kale today. And I put all the dinosaur that I had in my glass. I was juicing that first, and then I juiced the other one. And dinosaur, greener. Much more pigment, as far as I can see, than the curly. So I'm thinking dinosaur's healthier. I'm going to chase this with a few almonds or something, just to try to get as many of those, what do you call it, carotenoids into me from the kale. Done. Now, I'll talk about our road food review of some of the healthier things we're eating. There's a lot of things. I'll show you them eventually, but there's these that are brown rice and quinoa, Susie's, organic Susie's thin puff cakes. And their ingredients, I think I've showed these before. They're just organic whole grain brown rice, organic quinoa, and sea salt. That's it. Okay. Now, if you actually put something on them, like James enjoys eating my antipasto. Now, granted, he does enjoy eating my antipasto most of all, it seems, with nachos, but that's not very healthy. And this is. So I'm going to try to get him to eat more of this sort of thing. They don't taste good. But like James said, they taste like nothing. They remind me of styrofoam. I have a hard time with rice cakes. Hello. And this road food is PC Organics Purple Carrot and Blueberry Whole Grain Puffs. 1+ years. Organic Canada symbol. Which I love that symbol. But whoever came up with the art for that did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. They just should have put yellow right here.
So, maybe. Yeah.
Anyway, it's intended for babies, so it's basically like, it reminded me of Lucky Charm cereal, or really more, that stuff's disgusting, but, I'll show you. It kind of shows on the package. More like pink elephant popcorn. But not sweet.
Not quite as
not
good.
as good.
Oh. Well.
But for a long time, none of the other dogs would eat it. But I would sit there and I'd give one for me and one for Anfra. And she's really good. She kept eating it. And then finally she was like, that stuff's not that good.
No.
And she didn't want it anymore. But we ate quite a lot that way before she decided that's it. Okay, but you're trying to brace yourself for the the main event, eh?
Well,
But with this, I didn't have a problem with this. I ate a few every now and then, and whatever. It's better than eating all cookie diet on the road. But the cookies are all gone and stuff. so you know this isn't that tasty. And it's very expensive cereal. Like they put this in an interesting package. So you might think, oh well, they're aiming it for a little baby and it would last longer. This would last a baby quite a while, right? And it's in a different package than a cereal package, but really it's just cereal. That's all it is, in a very expensive format. This was given to me, so I don't care. But and I'm very thankful for it, because now I used to be really like seriously immune challenged. When James was getting the stem cell, I thought I was sicker than him half the time. It was terrible. But then I got an operation and I felt fine. But for years, I was, if anybody was sick, I was using loads of alcohol, the hand sanitizer, trying to keep clean, and I was really, you know, a lot of people probably thought I had OCD about my cleaning habits, because I had to. I was getting sick easily. If anybody had a cold and they came near me, I got sick, and I just couldn't help it. So anyway, I learned different things. So somebody saw me eating this way. I had nuts in a jar, and I really preferred those. I think they're Old El Paso. I don't know what it is. Old Dutch maybe salsa. The jars that are like a wide mouth jar that are straight down. And so anyway, I preferred those for everything, for soup, for everything. But I have my nuts in my lunch for work, and somebody saw I was doing this. And so that's how I used to eat things. Because at work, you're touching all sorts of things, and it's hard to keep your hands clean, and then you're trying to find a lunch to eat, and you're in a truck somewhere or whatever. And there's no way that I could touch my food, my nuts, and eat them, and stay clean. So that's how I ate them. So, I would actually recommend both of these products, even though they are not very tasty. And they make no claims to be. So, that's fine. But like James said, you can put whatever toppings on, and then they're better. And he said they taste like nothing, so whatever. This tastes a little bit like pink elephant popcorn, so that's good. And looking at the ingredient list, I really don't have any problem with any of the ingredients on here or there. So, not tasty, but 2 thumbs up all the same. And I'm going to be able to reuse this container. It fits perfectly in the cup holder of the car, so I can fill it with whatever I want and drink it back. We watched this movie called Forever My Girl, based on the beloved novel. It was probably the worst movie we've ever seen, given how much they obviously put money into making it and stuff like that. I mean, we've seen some independent films, I will call them, that it was obvious they didn't put money into making them, and whatever, you know. But this was incredibly bad. I mean, I'm not into country music, but my grandpa used to listen to country music, and So I know the words to many country songs. Because I spent a lot of time with my grandpa because I love him very much. But anyway, there's country music in here, so if you like that, whatever. That might get you through watching this. But the script writers, or what, the dialogue for the people was just awful. And
it was about as authentic as George Bush Jr.'s academic record.
Anyway, the little girl was probably the best actor in the movie, but her dialogue was aimed, like, it was something that a 40-year-old would say.
With a couple of college degrees, couple of university
I don't know.
degrees.
It was just not appropriate for a little girl. It was, and even when it was something that was somewhat passable, like when she'd say, "That's not my cup of tea." No little girl her age would say, "That's not my cup of tea."
How old was she supposed to be? 8? 7? 7, right? Because they'd been carrying on 8 years before, and she was born from that, so she'd be 7 years old.
Yeah, it's terrible. But really, if you want to learn how to not write children's dialogue, like, just watch this movie, and you'll be
and
just
don't
shocked
do this at home
by how terrible the dialogue is that they've given this girl. It's not children. No child would ever speak like that. Ever. She might be the smartest child in the world. She's not going to talk that way. So, if you're thinking about writing scripts and you want to learn what not to do, definitely watch this movie. This was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Anything else you want to add?
No, not really. Nicholas Sparks movies, like, who is this? This is naming the guilty. You're not supposed
I know.
to do.
I'm going to be watching out for Nicholas Sparks now. Anyway, that's our deck dinner.
Yeah.
And now I better get moving on. Too much to do.